Hello, fellow shut-ins. Blake Allman here. I wanted to make sure that everybody was clear on the comments from Part D of the project. They were all good projects in general, and my comments are pretty brief, if any. So look them over. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. I wanted to make sure we talk about Part E and that everybody's on the same page. It's pretty straightforward. As I said in my email today, Thursday, that the project Part E has been moved from Sunday the 19th to Monday the 20th at 11:30 p.m. to give you all a little bit more time in case you have any questions. I feel like it's pretty straightforward, but I want to make sure that you feel the same way. Please note the LinkedIn update has not changed. It is still due by Sunday at 11:30 p.m. Look over the directions. They're straightforward, but you will need a little bit of time to do it, maybe 30 minutes if that. In addition, please keep in mind that you all have the opportunity for 2 extra points on your final grade in this class to review the class. Liked it, loved it, hated it, hope Mr. Hallman dies a bloody death, whatever you want to say. I don't see those comments and cry over them till after the class is finished. But when I know that you have done this and you have let me know, then you get the extra credit. Something to think about. Let's talk about Part E. Part E. Basically, you're giving me a simple break-even analysis. There are some ratios that I'd like you to use. Explain where your funding comes from, where your capital requirements are going, what your capital requirements are going to be, major fixes, additions, repairs to the property that can't leave when you leave. What equipment do you need? List total for all. So let's go and look at the spreadsheet. First of all, break-even analysis. We have a spreadsheet for that. You're welcome. Very straightforward, just like the other work that you've done. Fill in the light blue information and you get the information you need in yellow automatically populated. Now, some of you may not have a great idea on some of this information, so reach out to me if you have a question, but all of you should have $1 million liability insurance, except for one group that would need $3 million liability. You want it? You got it. So that's $1,000, maybe $1,400 max for insurance. So you could go with my quote. Property taxes, unless I paid $14,000 a year for 6,300 square feet. So do the math per square foot, and if you can't find the property taxes for your property, then figure it out based on $14,000 for 630 square feet. 6,030 square feet. It's a big difference. Mortgage payments, typically 6% salaries, which is the salary, not the hourly, but the salary for your management is typically 10%. And again, all of you should be making $35,000 a year, or it's really not worth it. So I've talked to some of you about your low sales. Your sales have to be enough to make it worth all of you to be doing it. Hourly wages, payroll tax, all this has a percentage. Bonuses, don't do it for the first year. So follow that, and you will end up with how much money you will have to make to start to be able to break even. That is your break-even formula. Next on your fun-filled path is ratios. Confirm that your concept works by using these ratios. Let's look at them. Almost everybody's doing a restaurant, crazy fools. Did I say that out loud? Ratios are basically a way for you to confirm that your business is favorably operating in comparison to other profitable businesses. And so there are ratios. How much money do you spend on the product in relation to your sales? How much money do you spend on labor in relation to your sales? How many square feet do you have in relation to your sales? What's your revenue in relation to your budget, your opening costs? Here are ways that you can confirm that your business is projected and on a path to be successful by grading yourself by ratios, by what other businesses that are successful have done in the past. And again, like the other formulas, all you need to do is fill in the light blue information in the cell, light blue cell. Square feet, square feet. Are you a full service business, a limited service business? Sales to investment. Again, this populates for you automatically. I'm looking for this ratio. Does it meet this restaurant ratio? If you're not a restaurant, we should probably chat and see if we can come up with a ratio. If there's not, and I'll tell you that event companies don't work by any ratio, sadly. So maybe there's some more information y'all can put in. Think about that and we can chat about it. Funding. Where does your funding come from? Once again, there's a spreadsheet for that. You're welcome. Spreadsheet comes with really cool pie charts. Who doesn't like a good pie chart? You can put in this information, modify it any way you like, and these pie charts populate. You can copy and paste them and put them in your project because that makes you look really good, just saying. Next on this fun-filled agenda would be capital requirements. Give me a list of any major improvements your property needs, and capital requirements. Capital improvements are improvements to the building and or location that you cannot take with you when you leave because you upgraded the parking lot, you put in a kitchen, that stuff can't go with you. Give me an equipment list, and I'm looking for basic information in the back of the house. You can say, let's just say for you restaurateurs, keep your back of the house at $100,000. Give me that number and I'm fine. Your education and this class isn't really focused upon culinary equipment needs. I'm looking for front of the house details down to tables, chairs, silverware, china, glasses. Now, if you can't find this information in wholesale cost, find the cool glasses, tables, china, silver that you want and divide that in 4 ways and take 1/4 of that as your price. So if you find a really cool glass that's for $2, then your glass would cost you 50 cents. That's typically how it works. If you were doing an event company, you would need golf carts, iPads, radios to communicate. That's the kind of information that I'm looking for. Again, any questions, let me know. Add up your total costs. Give me a budget for the year. You're welcome. In blue, fill in the information. Again, I give you percentages that you can use if that will help. If it's not clear, give me a shout and I'll happily walk you through it. And we can come up with good estimations. Almost done. Yay! So the budget for the year period. That's it. Then part F will be due on Wednesday by 11:30. That gives me 1 day, basically a day and a half to grade, and basically a day or 2 for you to modify your project. Part F is only the modifications from the past that I pointed out, if any, and the executive summary, where you sum up everything that you're doing. And it's usually about a half a page to a page, because you're telling the reader that you're opening up this business at this location with this concept, and you expect to make this much money, and this is how you're different from your competitors, and this is why you think you're going to be successful. That's usually half a page to a page. Nothing major. It gives everybody a nice brief, don't bug me, and lets the reader know what to expect. That's pretty much it. I hope this helps. I will keep an ear out for you. Let me know if there are any questions. Good luck, gang.